Abigail Soto.
And today we're protesting for social justice for students with intellectual disabilities and disorders. We want to start off with the importance, and as future educators, we want to ensure that every student gets the same opportunities and adequate resources to learn.
So an important first step is to recognize the difference between schooling and education, because although they are used interchangeably, they do not necessarily mean the same thing. So schooling tries to fit students into boxes, and this is especially hard for students with intellectual disabilities because they often do not fit into the norm of learning. And so we need to focus as teachers, we need to focus on educating them in what they are passionate about and giving them the tools they need to succeed.
4.6 million people in the United States are identified as having an intellectual disability. Although intellectual disabilities are very common within the world, they are not always visible. So a common myth and dominant narrative that is presented throughout education is that students with intellectual disabilities and disorders should be in separate classrooms. 3 things that challenge this myth is that all students learn by example. They learn from one another. All educators also have education and they know how to teach students with intellectual disabilities. And when separated, students with intellectual disabilities experience a lack of sense of belonging within the school community.
So the next step in this project is calling this to action. So as a teacher in the classroom, we have a lot of power to influence our classroom and also our coworkers. So an important thing is using people first language, which means saying like a student with a disability instead of a disabled student, because when we say this, that puts the student as a person before the disability. A next step that we can do is providing services for the students. So that means reading tests, if they take a test, reading it to them, or providing more time for them to complete the test. And then lastly, we can just create an open and inclusive and encouraging environment in the classroom. So that means planning lessons to make sure they are adapted to students with intellectual disabilities so that they can actively participate in class as well.
As we call this to action, we as future educators need to take some precautions when advocating for students with disabilities. We need to be respectful of parents, administration, and other students' opinions. Another thing to keep in mind is that we are fighting for students with intellectual disabilities, and so we must keep them included and not decide for them. And another thing we would like to share with you guys is the difference between an ally and accomplice. An ally supports the students, while an accomplice actively participates in advocating for the students.
We are still aspiring accomplices, so we hope you'll join us in our journey to learn more about it. And if you visit our website and comment and visit us on the quad today, you will get a free piece of candy. So we hope you'll join us.
Our website again is justiceforstudents.weebly.com.
Thank you for listening to our presentation, and we hope to hear from you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.